Alright guys, welcome back to another Gus Everything video. In this video, we're going to be talking about, well, look at the screen. No, look at the screen. Alright, anyways, I've made, like, a lot, and I've only been playing this game for, like, 3 weeks. And in the end of this video, I'm going to show you, a new tune that's being added to Dandy's World. Oh my god! Alright, anyways, let's begin with my first group of characters, which is what I call the Pumpkin Patch. So it's actually 5 characters in one, as you can see. The fifth one is there. So starting off with Bart. Bart is an extractor. He has big skill check. Big Stem could be a distractor, but the movement speed isn't really high enough. Peter just sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Penny can work as a distractor or an extractor, depends. And then we got Jibby and Junior. They're, yeah, I accidentally made, like, the best distractor in the game, but, you know what, whatever. So then we have abilities, which Bart can just carry other Pumpkin Patch members. Big Stem blocks, like, long-range projectiles, but, like, he gets hit by them anyways. And then Penny, if she matches stealth with another person, Twisteds go to her instead. And then for Jibby and Junior, they will hop in a direction that isn't at a wall or twisted when they get spotted by one. And then, like, the general ability is that you can switch between the members of the Pumpkin Patch. And then we have the twisted abilities. So if Bart sees you and he gets you, he'll throw you into the farthest wall and deal a heart. And when Big Stem sees you, he runs pretty quick. And when he hits you, you get, like, stunned for a couple seconds. When Penny sees you, you get slow 1. And for Jibby and Junior, they're like pebble speed, but they lose interest like the second after you get behind an obstacle. The requirements are 3,000 Ichor, 50% research on Pumpkin Patch, and survive 3 floors with Pumpkin Patch. As, like, they can appear, like, pretty early, but it's like 5 tunes in one, or twisteds in one, so it's a little scary. And the trinket is that it can be dropped, and it acts as like an obstacle, and when a twisted touches it, explodes and stuns for like 3 seconds. Moving on to our next tune, we got Maggie the Magnet. So for Maggie, she's definitely an extractor. She got 4-star extraction speed, 4-star skill check, and okay for rest of her stats. Her ability is the magnet pull, and it pulls the nearest machine towards her. I'm not sure if that's really broken, but I don't know. Twisted ability is that she pulls away the first machine that every person works on. So it's like, if you had 8 people and everyone works on a machine, every time each of those persons works on their first machine, she pulls it away. Her trinket pulls the rarest item to your location at the start of each floor. Yeah. And then requirements, 2,000 Ichor, 50% recharge on Twisted Maggie, complete 15 floors with 10 tunes. Like as in, complete 15 machines with 10 tunes. So like 10 different tunes, complete 15 machines with each of them. And now we have our first main tune, which is Tabs. So Tabs is an extractor, survivor. She's got 5-star extraction speed, but 1 stealth. Kind of like Brainy. And, yeah. So her passive is Scientific. It boosts items by 7.5%. And Tabs glows in the dark, basically. Or, no, okay. She boosts the... What is it? Like the boosts of items to all players by 7.5%. And then her active is that she has a small amount of completion to all machines. And it's like radioactive liquid, but it's like a little bit. And then her requirements are 4,250 Ichor, 100% research on Twisted Tabs, and Mastery on Roger. And then her trinket is Tabs Toxic Waste. Improves boosts of half of all items by 7.5% to just you. So it's basically just a kind of worse version of her ability. And then also her twisted ability is makes all machines take 30 seconds longer to complete. But we'll get into that later. Next we have Wizzy. So Wizzy is an extractor and a supporter, as his passive is Gramps' Wisdom. Boost the stats of all their tunes by 5%, which I think that's kind of really broken, but I'm not sure. And then his active ability is Off My Lawn, sends a Twisted with his cane. It doesn't work on mains or Dandy. His Twisted ability is when spotted, he'll throw like a spike of Ichor, and if it hits you, you have to spam a random key to escape. His requirements are 4,500 Ichor, 100% research on Twisted Wizzy, and Mastery on Maggie. And then his trinket, Wizzy's hat. I didn't realize this, but this is just like a better version, way better version of the Savory Charm. Honestly, didn't realize that, so it's kind of broken, but whatever. Alright, next we have Robbie, which you may need to turn your device. I'm not sure, actually. But Robbie, he's an extractor, survivalist, as he's got 4 skill check, 4 extraction speed, and 4 movement speed. His passive is Getaway. For each Twisted he's being chased by, movement speed is increased by 5%. And his active is Robbery. He can steal an item from any tune, but it's not an actual item they have, but it's rare or above. But every 5 times he does it, he basically gets caught, and all Twisted are alerted to his location. His Twisted ability is that over 10 minutes, Robbie's body parts slowly fall apart or fall off and act as like their own Twisted, stealing an item if you get hit. His requirements: 4,750 Ichor, 100% research on Twisted Robbie, and on Mastery Quest on Shrimpo. Yes, Shrimpo. Once again, for Blankus, you might need to keep your device turned just for like these guys. So for Blankus, he's kind of like, he can work in as an extractor, survivalist, and he's a bit of a supporter. As he got 5-star skill check, 5-star stamina, but he's really slow and he's not stealthy. So his ability is Redraw. He can draw a clone of a chosen item. So this could be anything. Like if we make it on the ground, he could make a clone of that item for someone else to have. And his Twisted ability, it's kind of a lot in one, but basically he creates these like little draw-ins which can't chase, but if you run into them on accident, they deal damage. He also creates like a nearly identical clone of items that are bad and like really hurt you negatively. And also, he's kind of long range and can shoot Ichor from his fingers because he's hollow. He's like PVZ or PV, whatever the pipe is called. His requirements are 2,000 Ichor, 50% research on Twisted Blankus, and own 10 different tunes. His trinket is the Painted Canvas. Creates 4 clones of random items on each floor. So the final tune we have is like kind of like an old OC of mine. It's Meeps. Honestly, this didn't turn out very great, but it's fine, I guess. It's like a early game tune that you like almost never use again because it's not that good. It's kind of like a worse Tisha. So basically, she's like a survivalist. She has 4-star skill check, 4-star stealth, and her ability is Quick Song. Boost movement speed of yourself, and one other tune by 50% for 7 seconds. Cooldown to 50 seconds. Her twist ability is that she gets slow 1 when you're spotted. Or you get slow 1 when you get spotted. Which is like just the same as Penny. Her requirements are just 750 Ichor, and her trinket is the Silly Puppet. Gives an edible item after each floor. Alright, so I actually forgot one. Her name is Picky, and her passive, starting with her roll. Her roll, she's kind of like a starter tune, so just not really anything. You're like survivalist. Basically, her passive is called Picky Eater. Improves a few edible items by 35%. All other edible items are lowered by like 10%. And Twisted ability unimproves all edible items by 5%. And this effect goes away after leaving the floor. Her requirements are just 1,000 Ichor, and her trinket is the Fork and Spoon. It improves boost of some edible items by 5%. Now moving on to the Twisteds, this is the Twisteds of the Pumpkin Patch. So you have Twisted Bart, Twisted Big Stem, Twisted Peter, Twisted Penny, and Twisted Jibbian Jr. So if you want to look at that for a second, you can, but I'm going to read out their information at 50% research. The members of the Pumpkin Patch were all taken by the Ichor at the same time. Be wary if you see a member on a floor. It means they're all there. Alright, so don't mind what's at the top, but anyways, we have Twisted Maggie. Ichor formed and merged into her legs. Now she slides around on it. She doesn't want you to leave, so she pulls machines away. Now we have Twisted Picky. Overcome by Icker, Picky hates you and your items. If she and Shrimpo are on the same floor, your edible items become even worse. Next we have Twisted Tabs. Ripped and shattered by ravenous Icker, Tabs is lost and scared. She is friendly, but she becomes dangerous quick. Stay near her or else she will blindly hunt for you. Now we have Twisted Wizzy. As much as he tried, neither he or any of their tune could protect themselves from the Icker. Wizzy now still rages about not being able to prevent his infection. Now we have Twisted Robbie. Again, tilt your screen so you can see. Embracing the Icker, Twisted Robbie no longer steals for fun. Now it's malicious. Get off the floor before he falls apart. Otherwise, say goodbye to your items. And then also, I labeled all the parts of their speed as his head, his and his legs are average speed. His open hand is like above average speed, like Tegan, and then the hand holding his bag is like very slow, like Shrimpo speed. And then we got Twisted Blankus. Overcome and filled with Icker, Twisted Blankus shoots Icker from his fingers at tunes. Be cautious of his twisted drawings and bad items. Finally, we have Twisted Meeps. Overcome by Icker, Twisted Meeps will slow you down and hunt you. Hold on. Let me repeat that. Overcome by Icker, Twisted Meeps will slow you down and try to injure you with her tentacles. Watch out. Alright, so basically, that's...
You thought I forgot, didn't you? Well, this last Twisted is Deaky. Freaky Deaky. His ability is called No Diddy. When looking at a tune, their movement speed is increased by 30%. His Twisted ability is the same. He acts as a survivor, as his movement speed is a little high, and his stealth is lowered by a little bit. His trinket is the Baby Oil, increases walk speed by 30%. His requirements are 1,300 Icker, and encountering Twisted Deaky. Alright, here we have Twisted Deaky. Being overcome by his freakiness, Deaky now uses his tongue to hurt and lick others. He freaky like that.
Okay, bye. Hope you like it.